So in my last video, I talked a lot about the suspension upgrade that I just did on my CRF300L Rally. But notably absent from that video was any riding with the new suspension. And that was really just because I didn't think that the camera does justice to the change of new suspension. I did try to do some before and after video, and it just didn't look any different. And that's partly just because I'm not really a cinematographer, partly because these cameras do a lot to counteract the bouncing and things that you feel on these bikes. But be that as it may, I wanted to come out today and just hit a little piece of single track that I made a video about earlier a couple months ago and see how it feels. I haven't hit any single track actually since I've done the upgrade, so we'll see how this goes. Like I said, you probably won't be able to see much difference just because of the fanciness of the GoPro and its ability to take out the bounciness that you feel sometimes on the stock suspension, and hopefully less bounciness with the upgraded suspension. But anyway, I can talk about it, give you my feelings, and see how it goes. And if you watched that last video of me doing the single track, and you've got a good eye and memory, you'll know that that's right where it comes out. So I could do it backwards and just start this way, but I wanted to kind of make it an apples to apples comparison. So I'm going to go down this way and come back up, end up right there. Hopefully all in one piece, and hopefully it will be an improvement to what it was with stock in terms of performance of the suspension. Alright, here's the entry. And here goes nothing. Well, right off the bat, it feels like things are more planted than what I remember. But this is, oh, here's some, yeah, there's some of the bumps that like sent me pogo sticking before, and they just really, yeah, this whole thing is just so much more in control. And like I said, you may not, oh, here's some big bumps. Yeah, I mean, it just reacts so quickly, or balances itself, normalizes itself so quickly after these big bumps that it's just way less stressful. So it's nice to have kind of a trail that I've actually done before to compare it to, because I just remember these. In fact, I think this is about where I said, yeah, I could see myself getting some new suspension someday after riding on this. And I don't know if I'll be able to see my speedometer in the other video, but I feel like I'm going, big giant rocks that are loose. I feel like I'm moving along a little bit faster than I was. Still enough to get my heart rate up though. I'm feeling kind of exhilarated. Oh man. That was my fault, not the suspension's fault. So yeah, I guess one of the unintended consequences of better suspension is I feel more secure on this type of terrain, so I take it faster, maybe a bit faster than my skill set is ready for. But hey, that's speaking of the devil. Dang it. I tweaked my ankle pretty good. Oh, dang it. I think I may have jacked up my leg a little bit. So, so I'm going to take it a bit slower. Oh, dang. All right. So that's what I get for trying to show off to myself and prove how much better the suspension is. Pushed it harder than I should have. And we'll see what kind of shape my leg's in after I get home. I will say though, with my leg hurting, so I'm sitting down on this terrain that I would normally be standing on, and previously with my suspension this would be much more difficult because it would be bouncing me off my seat all over the place, and this isn't too bad. Taking it slow sitting down. And hopefully I just twisted my ankle a little bit, nothing's broken. It's kind of hard to tell because you get the adrenaline that kind of numbs the pain. back out to the road. So yeah, I'm gonna cut this ride a little bit shorter than I would have, and go tend to my wounds. Okay, yeah, so after driving a few minutes, things don't seem to be awesome down on the leg front. Hopefully it's not broken, hopefully I just sprained it. But lessons learned. I think where I went wrong is just jumping in too fast with this new suspension. You know, for the last year, I've been learning how this bike feels when it goes over bigger things and when it goes over smaller things. And so I think at a subconscious level, you know, I'm going over bigger things, but the feedback I'm getting from the bike is telling my brain that I'm a lot more in control than I really am speed-wise, because it's felt like it has before when I'm going slower. So, you know, I just went too fast for my skill level. So, you know, if you're like me and you get some new suspension and you just feel like, oh yeah, now I'm a way better rider. You feel like you're a better rider, but you're not a better rider. Or at least I felt like I was a better rider and I wasn't. So, you know, I need to continue my learning curve at the same rate it was. I don't get to suddenly skip 5 levels because it's more comfortable now. Anyway, when I get home, I will take off my boot, look at it. If it seems like it might be something serious, a fracture, then I'll go get it looked at. I'll give you an update if you're curious. As always, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you feel like it. And for heaven's sakes, ride safe. All right, it's the next day. I have been to the doctor. I have what he called a high ankle sprain, which is apparently worse than a normal ankle sprain. Who knew? I'm going to be off my bike for a few weeks at least. I got this clunky boot I have to wear around until things heal up. So yeah, I've been looking at the video, and after reviewing it, I'm not so sure that it was just a problem of me driving too fast. I think it was more just me not paying attention. As I look at it, it looked like I just kind of faded up to the high side of the trail and just, you know, tipped over, lost my balance. So, you know, it happens. I think the biggest problem that I had yesterday is that I was wearing these crappy, cheap boots that just have no ankle support whatsoever, and that's just me being lazy. You know, these are comfortable, they go on in 2 seconds, and so I haven't, you know, had any real desire to replace them. And I figured I was just going to be fine because I've ridden that trail before, but I wasn't. So yeah, lesson learned. Don't skimp on your boots, people. So anyway, thanks again for watching. Be safe out there.